Alright, I'm trying to make a video. I had to put the dogs up because they was annoying me. Every time you want to make a video, the dogs want to be a lap dog, and 100 pounds on you doesn't help you make a good video. First of all, I want to state two things. Crazy Dave has a channel. He's been posting some videos showing his chickens and garden and stuff. I'm going to link down that for you guys. Go give him a shout out. Link is one of his last videos. Pick a video and you guys can go comment on there, tell him I sent you there. Second thing is I have multiple channels. They are linked in the description always for your convenience. The second channel was basically gardening, scrapping. If you guys don't know, I have kind of a side gig to make extra money because being poor sucks. And I was never informed in college or even in high school when I took entrepreneurship classes that owning a business costs money. So I'm going to get some money back apparently from the government because of stimulus that I didn't get, but they're going to give it to me now because I filed this year. It is stupid. I'm going to put that money into the business, buy a punching bag, and we need a new one. I want to buy one of those bobs and buy a few other things for the school, and then see how much money I have left and buy something for me. You never know. Spend the money. Put it into the economy, even though money's worthless now. But the third channel that I have, Nelson's Brigade, I just make little 30-second to 5-minute videos depending on what I'm talking about. It's of course politic related, but lately I've been screenshotting the replies / debates that I'm in, comments that I made, trying to spread the truth a little bit more, trying to show you guys. And I hate being a troll, but sometimes if you troll for the truth or with the truth, do it, you know. So I forget who commented the other day on my channel and said some people are going to get pissed, but maybe you might educate someone. And that's true. You might educate someone. I had people say they don't disagree with me, but then, you know, next sentence they kind of disagree with me because I'm too blunt or I say it too loudly. We're going to pick on Texas today. And we might jump over here to South Carolina again, but Texas has 3 bills. 2 of them that are going to probably be signed today or tomorrow. Today is the 25th of May, Tuesday, so probably be signed today, tomorrow. You never know when they sign it. The one is a constitutional concealed carry bill, and the other one is a Second Amendment sanctuary bill. The constitution carry bill is a joke, and the reason why is because people that are deemed bad people, so prohibited person, can't, you know, felon, mentally ill in their eyes, can't possess a gun, so they can't conceal carry. Also, if you're under 21, 18 is an adult in most eyes. 18, 19, 20, you cannot conceal carry a gun because you become a bad person. Even if you're 18 years old and, you know, you're a waitress and you're the only one there because you're locking up and you're scared at night and you want to carry something a little bit more than pepper spray, you can't carry your dad's Glock, because God forbid if you defend yourself, you might like it and might become a terrorist. I mean, it's a joke. People want to protect people, and people want to protect the young kids, people that are just getting out in the working world, part-time workers, you know, full-time college students, but they can't carry. They can't defend themselves. It's very sad. The other thing is you have to have a certain, you know, the length and the measurements of the gun has to be, you know, fit, and it has to be concealed. It can't be opened, and it's a joke. I'll link down the bill if I remember. I saved them. It's a joke. Actually, Guns and Gadgets didn't link down the bill on any of his posts. I went on like 5 or 6 of his videos related to Texas. I couldn't find the link. I don't know if YouTube took it away or if we never put it on there, but I Googled it and found what I was looking for. One of them, I forget which bill from Texas has 25 sections. I think the Constitution carry bill versus here in South Carolina, the open carry bill had only 15, which I thought about that. I'm like, that's kind of weird because Texas had concealed carry since they was one of the first states, 90s, I believe. I'm not sure if they passed it late 90s, early 2000s. So shouldn't have had that many sections, but of course they have to have restrictions and rules and all that. It's a joke. That's all it is. It doesn't promote true freedom, and I'm going to explain that in 1 second after I explain the Second Amendment sanctuary. The Second Amendment sanctuary is really a big joke. And the reason why is because it doesn't promote, give, authority, allow, whatever word you want to use, the state police, because usually they have the highest, or the Texas Rangers there, it doesn't give them the authority to arrest ATF agents for coming in, forcing, some type of gun law. Also, it doesn't take off other gun laws in the books. It's a restriction. We are okay with certain federal laws because it states in there that you can constitutionally carry as long as you're not a felon according to the state or the feds. But then they pass another bill saying they're not going to follow the federal rule, but they're not going to follow certain ones. They're not going to follow Joe Biden's executive order. So if he bans AR-15s right now, Texas states, they're not going to follow it. But if they come in and decide to arrest you because you're on YouTube having all these guns saying you won't comply and they come get you, the state police are not going to do anything. Which I have my problems with police, but still, it doesn't have teeth. No one's behind the bill. It's a joke. It's a complete joke. One thing that I really thought about last night and want to put it out for you guys is, and you have to think about this. If we all know the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, i.e. the Second Amendment is a restriction on government, the government cannot pass any gun law. Any gun law. It doesn't matter if it's pro-gun, anti-gun. They cannot pass a gun law. Or a right to bear arms law. Anything that infringes on it. And all these pro-gun bills infringe on someone's right. They really do. And people don't see it, but they do. They infringe on someone's right. They have restrictions on them. They give the power, sometimes, in South Carolina's case, they give the power to the city and county to restrict your right up to 8 hours, I believe it was. Up to, like, if you have a festival or a parade or a peaceful protest, the city or the county can ban you from open carrying. I'm surprised they didn't allow in there, well, you're going to ban you from concealed carrying. If you do it, you're going to go to jail forever. I'm really surprised they didn't put that in there because all it is a slave bill. But the government can't pass these laws. But we clap our hands when they pass a pro-gun bill. Let's go back really quick. The Second Amendment is a restriction on government, so if we enforce the Constitution, if we enforce the Bill of Rights and say, whoa, wait a minute, we don't need you to pass these pro-gun bills. We need you to take all the gun bills off. We need you guys to read the Constitution and read the Bill of Rights and leave us the fuck alone. Then we could be free, but we don't do that. You know why we don't do that? Is two reasons. One, the government wants you to vote, so they pander and they put these bills out saying they are good bills, and knowing that 95% of people, if not more, on guns and gadgets are not going to actually go read the bill. And knows that anyone that's paying attention is not going to go read the bill. Because you're too busy in life to take time. Damn, most businesses give you an hour lunch break. You can take 10 minutes and read the fucking bill. If you really want to know what's going on, take 10 minutes and read the bill of any state. And look at the restrictions. But they know you won't. The second thing is they want control. They want you to vote so they can keep control. That's what it is. They want it control. And people will say, well, that's just the Democrats. No, because you have Dan Crenshaw, you have Lindsey Graham, you have Marco Rubio. Them are all Republicans, been all Republicans forever, to my knowledge, that constantly support gun control. Red flag laws is a perfect example. And Mr. Rubio, that asshole from Florida, he's made a bill saying if you get investigated for terrorism or domestic terrorism, just investigated, you get 10 years suspended of your rights. The government cannot control us. The government cannot control our rights because our rights are granted us by God. So that bill doesn't mean anything. But for most people, well, that's just one person, or, some people need to be restricted. Some people need to be investigated. Now, you don't want true freedom. Now, what is a terrorist? In their eyes, anyone that disagrees with them. Anyone that takes the time and researches on the list. What is a criminal? Anyone in their eyes. So if you buy a suppressor without a tax stamp, you're a bad person. You're a criminal. It's a joke. And people say, well, these Texas bills are a step in the right direction. No, they're not. They don't, First of all, they don't have any teeth for the state police to arrest ATF agents. Second of all, it doesn't take off the other gun laws. And third of all, is the government doesn't have the authority to fucking pass any gun law, pro-gun or anti-gun. They don't. You are a free person. So if you want to buy M4 with a night vision scope and a suppressor with a 100-round drum mag and go shoot fucking 5.56 green tip ammo every night at your gun range, you can do it. If you have the money to do it, great. I want to be friends with you, though, if you have the money to do that, and you're going to buy me one, too. And then send Freedom Inc. some nods. I mean, damn. Let people do their own shit. I'm not going to hurt anyone. If I had that, I wouldn't hurt anyone. I bet I would have a lot more friends if I had that. But, I mean, be honest, though. I wouldn't hurt anyone. I'm not hurting anyone now. And you think about it. It's really a joke because you use rape as an example, perfect example. I'm not going to go out here and rape anyone. Sorry for the NSA coming over. Actually, last night, a military helicopter, I was put the dogs up and I told them to shut up. They was barking. I shined the light and I said, "Oh, be quiet. There's a NSA coming for me." And it was a big, I don't know what kind of helicopter it was. It was a big, probably hold 20, 40 guys in there. One of the big military helicopters had a spotlight, probably looking for me. I wouldn't doubt it, but flew over pretty fast, not too high up, probably 500-600 yards up in the air. But he was hauling, going wherever. I guess to the Air Force Base. I don't know, but they fly all the time. I bet they watch me. But where was I? I lost my train of thought. I really did. That lost my train of thought. Well, let's go back to what I remember then. These bills don't do anything. They really don't. And the reason why, I know what I was talking about if I want an M4. If I have an M4, what am I going to do, right? And then I was talking about rape. If I have an M4, I'm not going to go kill anyone. If I have an M4, I'm not going to go rape anyone. If they took the law right now and the governor of South Carolina says we're going to do an executive order, it's not illegal to rape anyone, or it's not a crime to rape anyone. Me and probably all of you fuckers wouldn't go do it. Why would we? About 2 years ago, there was a lady kidnapped, a 19-year-old, beautiful young lady, kidnapped from USC Columbia, drove him down here less than 10 miles from here, and fucking raped and mutilated. 2 turkey hunters found her that next morning, and what I was told by some fire department people is you couldn't recognize her. That night, the police was looking for vehicles. I mean, they was looking for this guy. Police officer pulled him over. The blood was all in the back seat. The guy was high on PCP, fucking crazy as hell. Guess what? It was illegal to do drugs. It was illegal to kill. It was illegal to torture. It was illegal to rape. And he did them all. I mean, think about it. I'm not going to do any of that shit. I want to be left alone, especially by the government. But I'm not going to go out here and kill anyone or rape anyone. So, if I buy an M4, full auto, night vision, suppressor, tons of ammo, and just go out here and mag dump every night when I get home, just for the hell of it, or every morning when I get up, it's none of your concern. But the government thinks it's your concern. You know why? Because they're scared of us. That's the only reason why they have these laws. And that's the only reason why they divide us up, Democrat, Republican. And now you have the thing of Republicans that still support Trump and that are so infested into this bullshit of Republicans are the best. When you jump over and say one thing they disagree with you, they troll you, they go on, and they can't let up. There was a guy that commented, and I couldn't understand. I understood his point, but I'm like, dude, that literally makes no sense. And the reason why it makes no sense is because what he stated is he was commenting on guns and gadgets on the community tab related to those 2 bills of Texas, and he stated that I've been waiting for this day since 1776. I'm like, 1776? How does that make sense? Declaration of Independence was written that time. Declaration of Independence was written by the free people of America, of the colonies. They writ it as a letter, basically, a grievance status to the king and saying, fuck off. That's what it meant. Fuck off. Leave us alone. We are free. We don't want you anymore. We're going to govern ourselves. Leave us the hell alone. These bills are not that. These bills are not the Declaration of Independence. You know why these bills aren't the Declaration of Independence? Because the government writes it. Why do you think the Constitution and the Bill of Rights the Founding Fathers made was a restriction on government? So the government couldn't pass any laws that controlled us. Now, we can all agree that murder is illegal and rape's illegal. But it's illegal because I'm not going to do it. You know, it's illegal for me to do it, right? I'm not going to do it. It's immoral for me. Let's put it that way. No matter what the government says. The government says it's completely fine to do what you want to do. You can rape who you want. I'm not going to do it. And hopefully, the women have a fucking Glock or whatever and start dropping bodies. You have a crime problem. You start getting rid of a few of them. You know what's going to happen? Those people are not going to go in that area. You know? If you have a mugging problem in a certain area of town and you have a few people defend themselves with pistols or rifles or whatever, start stacking some bodies on the streets, just laying them out, eventually people are going to say, wait a minute. If I rob that lady over there, she looks like she's only 90 pounds, she looks young. If I try to take her pocketbook, she might be carrying a pistol. Maybe I should think twice. They have proven that multiple fucking times. Statistical data of crime going down. Just because of the government allowing you to carry. You imagine if you have true freedom and you can carry no matter what the government says? Crime's going to drop down a lot. It might go crazy for a second. So education is key. Training people how to shoot correctly, but is of course key. But I'm talking about education on the Constitution, education on our true freedoms. People don't want true freedom though. They want to be restricted by the government because they love the government. You know? There was another comment. A guy commented and said, well, I've been waiting 8 months for my tax stamp for my suppressor. I'm like, so you're begging for the government to buy something, to buy a piece of metal that does absolutely nothing to make the gun, you know, an assassin gun. I mean, it might look cool and sound cool, but it doesn't make you a badass like they think it does. It's a tax. It's a restriction on your rights to be free, but it's a tax is all it is. You know, it's a permission slip. There was another comment. There's a few more comments. Some people hit me, commented back on me. I thought it was funny. Saying, you're just too blunt. You're speaking too loudly. Like, yeah, a little bit. Had one guy say, well, the ATF can arrest everyone in Texas. You know, if they ban AR-15s, they can arrest everyone in Texas. I said, no, that's true. And he said because they carry. I said, personally, I've never been to Texas, but I said, I agree. A lot of people in Texas probably do carry, legally or illegally. I said, I don't give a fuck about that. I said, how many of those people are going to actually pull out their gun and actually aim it and use it against the agent, against the British, whatever you want to call them? How many people are going to stand up for true freedom and say, no, you're not going to arrest our neighbor. He didn't do anything wrong. So what if he has no tax stamp? So what if he didn't ask your permission? Leave us alone. How many of those people that has concealed license in any state would stand up and do that? I personally know only a few that would actually stand up. I would say a handful, 4 or 5. I would say. But yeah, I can tell you, I won't go into details, but most of them legally can't possess a gun because the government tells them they can't. But they would stand up because they see it. I talk to them on occasion about it. So education is key. I think the biggest thing right now is educate you can comment, troll. I'm going to keep on doing that a little bit every now and then, but go to your gun shop. I don't know when the hell the next time they have a gun show. When I go, I will definitely bring my phone and probably videotape and ask questions and see if I can. If they have some kind of mandate, I'm not going to go there, of course. Some kind of rule. You have to wear a mask. No, I'm not. Sorry, don't do that. But, I go to the gun store and try to bring up stuff all the time, say things, talk to them, educate them. Had a talk with one guy. I really don't know his position on everything. I'm trying to find it out because I really don't know him that good. My brother knows him a little bit better. But he used to be a cop a long time ago. And he told me the other day if shit happened, he would fight. You know, he told me what he would do, and I'm gonna, next time I see him, because he only works part-time there, I'm gonna talk to him and see if I can feel him out a little bit more, see what his opinions are. Because he told me some things. I'll leave it like this. He said the National Guard wouldn't fight us. They wouldn't fight us. Because the National Guard made up of South Carolina people, for example. They wouldn't fight us. I disagreed with him a little bit on that. I said, well, some of them wouldn't. I said, hopefully, most of them wouldn't. But I said, if the ATF has the power to, for instance, somewhat deputize or, give agent status to the National Guard, I think it's going to go to above their head. It's just my opinion. And maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe the National Guard won't stand up, won't fight against us. They will sit down and say, no, we're not gonna do certain things. But I forget who said it. Was it James Yeager? If Dave was informed, hey, that guy has bad stuff on his computer related to little kids. He has a stolen gun, that we say that's stolen, even or he didn't ask permission to have it. They're going to get people on their feelings, even though it's not true. They're going to get people not to back you on certain things. I don't watch J-Mag. I seen that. I think NG reposted that, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, 22 minutes, yeah. I will try to post this tonight or tomorrow. Get this video out. You guys have a great day. I will see you guys later. Stay armed.